Hi guys, so I have a fun spring mani. I'm getting super excited for spring. And if you're in Stacy's group, this is actually the dupe it too, and I actually thought it was really cute. Loved the colors, kind of how it was, so it's actually going to be pretty similar to that. So, and this I'm starting out with is called Mint Sprint. It was a sub box. I don't remember which sub box it came in, but it's really pretty. It's got like a really just pretty shimmer to it. And I always like these minty colored sets. I always think they're really pretty. And today, so I've prepped my nails with Nailtiques, and then I'm also trying gelish top coat to give it like a smoother base for my strip. So testing that out. And I've just been continuing on with the jojoba oil. And most days I've been getting it on like twice a day. Well, it's not always been perfect, but... And I'm actually going to do my toes after, so I'm going to save all these little pieces because they'll be great for those. So I know in my last video I talked about we were going to go do a little hike with my sister, and turns out they were dealing with flu over there, so we didn't go. Very sad. The weather was gorgeous though, so you better believe that I opened the moonroof on my minivan and rolled down the windows as I was driving kids around. And then in the evening I kind of just went outside, and I've been meaning to prune some of our bushes and trees around the yard, so I went out and did that. It was gorgeous, and my two bigger kids were inside just being loud and arguing, and I just took my baby out, and it's kind of one of the first times he's been big enough to kind of just crawl around and check things out, and he did good. Just hung out with me while I trimmed stuff, and then we just kind of sat there outside for a while. So nice. We're starting to get some of those nice days creeping in after winter. Of course, it's probably gonna snow tonight, so we're still very much winter, but having some nice days here and there. And then very sad, we got hit with the flu, and actually just I got it. I was so sick for like a day. Oh, it was horrible. I guess it's been a while since I've had an actual flu, because it was, and I feel like I'm still recovering. It's been like a week. It's just still takes a lot out of you. Like I've been taking naps every day, and as soon as my fever kind of broke, I went to the doctor, got tested, found out it was flu, and then my baby got it that night. But it was good that I went to the doctor because I was able to call his pediatrician, get him Tamiflu just sent in. It saved us going to the doctor. And so mommy just nursed him. It was just his own little personal nurse. Good day, and he's doing good now. He got over it after about 24 hours. It was sad though. Poor guy. And no one else got it, so we all got vaccinated, so I guess that probably helped us out a lot. And I heard it would have been a lot worse if we hadn't have been, so I can't even imagine. Anyway, so I did my nails once right before I got sick, just over at my sister's house. I didn't record it, and I was glad I did that, because then at least my nails weren't naked. But it feels good to come in and kind of plan something I really want to do, and just play with the fun stuff. Okay. And then the dupe it, the next one has like a really pretty, almost looks like a fuzzy, but cute, not like gross, white nail next. So I'm going to do, this is just Swiss and Tell because I have a set of it open. I thought about doing, this is one of the new ones from the collection, the spring collection. What is it called? Morning Glow. And it's got a really pretty, but I don't know how much of a difference it would make for opening a new set. So we're going to do Swiss and Tell with good old classic Home Sweet Home on top. Yeah, all my spring sets came in. Super fun. I got lots of purple ones and lots of the floral ones. I didn't order any of the St. Patrick's ones because I have plenty from last year, so we're gonna, and a lot of times I found I like to just do like green, nothing too super fancy. But I have the, what's it called, the Lucky Charms one. The one that I always gotta go buy a box of Lucky Charms when I see it from a year or two ago. And then Feeling Lucky, the one that's like an ombre, green gold ombre. And then the glitter dip one. So like I got plenty of ones from previous releases. That'll probably be my next manicure actually. Because I'm recording this is it's the 6th. I don't know, maybe I will get one more in before. I don't know. Just see how it goes. Anyway, so I'm definitely ready for spring with how much I've gotten sick over this winter. It's just I just keep getting hit with stuff like every few weeks and I'm so done. I hope spring helps it. And these are kind of on the small side. You can see I have a gap there, but I'm just going with it. Oh wow, I really... Oh shoot, that's a big gap over here. I did not center that. We're going to cover it up with some Home Sweet Home. Maybe my nail bed is just that big because look, it's not hanging over really too much over here. Oops, I'm getting off camera. Okay, we're going to see how... Since I'm doing Home Sweet Home over it, I think it's not going to show too much that I'm patching. Normally, a solid like this would not be super great patched, but I think where I'm covering it up with that thick glitter from Home Sweet Home. Shouldn't matter too much. Which means I'll probably patch Home Sweet Home a little bit too. Yeah, I'll figure it out as we go. Been enjoying my naps. It's been really nice, but it's also, I don't get anything done. Which is always, doesn't feel as good, but oh well. My baby just, I mean, it's been a couple months, but he's starting to be pretty consistent doing an afternoon nap, so you have a little bit of predictability of when you can try to get in a nap. It's nice. So I'm actually going to do like a little patch strip on this side. And then, hopefully I didn't cut that too far. I bet I did. Okay, let's make sure to stick it clear over. And this is one you can kind of stretch, where it's a thinner glitter. I don't know. Oh, cool. That didn't cut down too far. Okay, now, since Mint Sprint is a new set, I just opened up plenty of big strips of it, so we're gonna round this slightly smaller thumb strip. So crazy kid moment of today, I look over at my baby and he's got a bottle of nail polish in his hands open. Luckily he didn't have it too long. He kind of got on his hands, a little bit on his face, but I don't think he ate really any. I had kind of got some on my flip-flops that were right there. It's kid nail polish, so it rinsed off. But I think what happened, so my kids upstairs, it's just our bedroom, my baby's bedroom, and then like our main living areas. And so the kids have a shelf of just all the like messy little piece type activities. So they have like their kinetic sand and their Play-Doh, coloring stuff, coloring books and crayons, stuff like that. And they also have some nail polishes. And I have noticed that they don't screw the lid on tight. I've noticed that a couple of times, kind of told them about it, but I think they had done that this time and he had grabbed it. Because he doesn't have the ability to unscrew a nail polish lid. He'd have to get really lucky and have to have it for a while. Anyway, so it's never a dull moment. He's always, my baby's just going around, getting to whatever he can get, eating whatever he can find. And so you're always like, hey, what did you find now? No matter how hard you try to clean things up, he finds them. So it's fun times. We're going to do the same thing with this guy. So I did get this month's sub box, and I probably should have skipped because the sneak peeks, wasn't really a big fan of any of them. Not so much into like the Western. I like saguaro cacti, saguaro cacti. Just because we have lived in Arizona. But like the Southwest stuff is not my big jam. And I was like, by the time I decided for sure, I was like, I should cancel that. I went and checked and it was already a few days past the last date to cancel. So I will most likely have an unboxing video for you guys. And hopefully there's some good ones in there. And hopefully there's the ones that I saw are cuter in person than I thought. And it's just personal taste, you know? But I probably should have skipped it. But we'll see. Also, I have way too many sets after spring release. Not that I didn't before that, but you know. That's the thing, when you get the sub box, you'd have to be pretty dedicated just to use up 5 sets. Okay, kid bedtime is happening outside my door. I'm sure you can hear him. Maybe the sound is blocked some, but it's a little crazy for a little bit. My husband usually does D&D with his family online. They all get online together tonight, but it got canceled. And so I was kind of waiting to do my nails when he was doing that. But now that got canceled, I'm like, I'm going to hurry and do them because maybe we can still have a little bit of time to spend together to watch our show we're watching or whatever before bed, so. Hence the kid squeals. Okay, and then an inspo video, I had some white flowers. And I decided to do, this is Sunflower Child. I pre-cut this one, but I may want to change, let's see, the shape a little bit. It'll be fine. But do we want it closer to my thumb or probably closer to my ring? I don't know. Oops. Let's just go for it. Okay, and then the other one I saved to cut with you guys. So you can watch me suffer through it. I kind of just cut out like little triangles. Around, let's actually cut off that. These ones are all super close together, so it's kind of hard to tell. I'm cutting. Okay, let's see how many of these little triangles we can pull out. Get that little tiny bit of green off. There we go. The tricky thing is I have all these little bits that are going to want to stick to stuff. That'll be fine. I should have like a little bit of tape or a little baby lint roll or something. It'll be fine though. I also just make a big mess while I'm doing nails and then clean it up when I'm done. Okay, let's see, I decided to go on the side. My finger. I guess sunflowers are technically more of a fall flower, but they're also just bright and sunny. Which is spring coming. Okay. There's the sunflowers, okay, and then the rest is just basic. Putting strips down. And I kind of laid everything out and went, I might need something on the thumb, but I don't know what, so we'll just put it on and see. And I may add it later too. It's kind of fun to add things to your mani later, you know, maybe wear it for like a day and then change it. It's also fun too if you have like one nail that chips, just remove that nail, change it out for something else. A lot of times you get like a whole new look, which is kind of fun. Haven't done that as much lately though, just because I have too many strips, so one chip and they usually all come off, so I can do a whole new set. That's long enough for my other nail. Yeah, it was cool. Strip's trying to tear right there. Rude. So we're just finishing up the second season of Night Agent. It's pretty good. There's got to only be a couple more episodes left because it's, you know, to the most intense part. Things are wrapping up, and enjoyed it though. And then before this, we watched one called Dark Winds, and that was super good. It's kind of like a modern Western, and then also takes place near like Kayenta, Arizona, and kind of that whole reservation area that we have driven through a lot when we were living in Arizona, coming up to Utah to visit family. And just like really good characters, and just, yeah, we just enjoyed it. It's just good, solid. I don't know what we'll watch next after that. Okay, I'm gonna come back and clean those up. It's hard for me to do. So just leave it, but for the sake of time. Experimenting with doing a little bit of a curve, because I've noticed I'll get a little gap here as it starts to grow out, so my husband pointed out, as I've kind of been working to try and figure out how to prevent the noise in here. I might just have to give up, I don't know. But not only am I right next door to the utility room, there's like no insulation or anything in the wall. It's just a wall, and that's it. And then you have all of our mechanical stuff for our house right there. So what you're hearing right now is the vent above my desk, and I didn't even try to turn it off tonight because I'm lazy, so. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I might just leave the thumbs as they are. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have something basic. I don't know. It's such a hard... I feel like you kind of start Color Street and you're like, oh, they're so fabulous and shiny, and then as time goes on, it's like a gateway drug, you know? Like, you just have to do more and more and get crazier and crazier. But then I see ladies with, you know, just one color on, and it looks so pretty. But it's hard for me to just commit to that little bit, so... Anyway, so there they are, friends. And I think they'll be prettier out in the other light. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.